What's up, all you beautiful people? Your boy, the Vaslap, is in the building. A new episode of the South American tour, and it's getting good because we got a transfer special going on today. We've got money to burn. The only problem is, can we find the players to burn that money on? It's all up to you guys to, well, up to me rather, not to you guys. It's all up to you guys to keep watching this, and it's all up to me to try and find those players for you guys. Let's jump into it. Run that intro. Well, guys, we're back for a transfer special. It's the 1st of January. The transfer market is not open for us yet. It is open for other nations. Just a nice little boost. Yeah, we're back to the positive of 18 million. The board have given us 27 million to spend and have increased it to 100% transfer revenue. A wage price of 512,000, sitting at 44. We can even increase the transfer market to about 31 million, but then we just under. So I had to go a little bit lower, and I can't change it back. Anyway, doesn't matter. We do have some transfer budget. 27 million is what I'm going with. 20 million. In terms of the squad, I have mapped out a squad that I'm looking at. You can see here, there's a few players on here that are still looking at leaving. A few of them have left already. We have made one approach in signing. A big name in that is Neymar. Could be coming back to the squad. We can just go here. Good old Neymar. We've approached him to be our under-20s manager. He accepted it, £9,000 a week for a club legend. And then elsewhere, just getting a head of performance because we don't have one. Ours left, and Catalini, a fitness coach who's very good, and we do need that. Now, in terms of that, I did want to talk about the clauses a little bit because we do have some that we can sell off in the likes of Bernardo here. We can get a selling off there. I am normally, what I'm doing, this is a bit of a pull the curtain back and have a look. I see when their contracts are going to expire. He's got another year in his contract. So the chances of him making 39 appearances in a year is quite low. So I don't want to sell that for 95. The same with the sell-on clause. Because he's got 1 year left, I don't really want to sell it. I've had a look at all of these guys. None of them really have sell-on clauses that we can sell, which will then definitely help. The one that I am maybe considering as a potential sell-on is, I think it was Mateus, right? No, it wasn't Mateus. It was Correa. We went in for 5.25 million. No, it wasn't him. One of these guys. I'll go through the list again and look at it. Was it JP? It was JP. There we go. Was JP. There we go. I found him. His sell-on clause will get 385,000. We put him for 250. The problem is he's playing for Sport Tenerife. He is currently wanted. I don't think they're going to get that 2.4 million evaluation. So I'm going to keep an eye out on him. I've added him to my persons of interest as like on the scout report, just to see what type of offer he gets in. If they do give an offer and it is considerably less than what we would be getting from the buyout clause, I will sell him on and sell that clause. Let's talk about the little bit of elephant in the room, because there is a little number 3 you see there, and that is 2 players that could be potentially out of the board. One is definitely not going, is Caio Jorge. You can have a look at the offer from Shanghai Port in China. They have a tycoon. 157 million in the offer. Did they get taken? They're just a rich club in general. Let's go. And the managers, Landmarks is where you normally go, but they're just a big club in general. They have, what, a 33,000 seater, 157 million in the bank. They want to spend 18 million is what they want to spend this season. They've offered me a very low offer of just 8.25 million for Caio Jorge. He's valued at 9.2. I'm not selling him. Then he doesn't even want to go, so we can reject that. The one that is going to be a bit of a problem is Miguel Terrecos here. 11.75, 6.75 rising to 11.5. His preferred destination is Alfaya, so I can reject the one. But I know if I reject this, he will get upset. But then hopefully we can put in a little bit of a higher price tag on him, because 11.25 is a bit low for me. I was hoping in a region of about 20 million for this guy. If we do sell him, I don't want to sell him. Let me get that 100% straight. He is probably one of our best players in the season going forward. So I'm going to reject these 2, but I know there's going to be a bit of a fight going forward. let's show you the team that we are going to line up with. This is the team that I have mapped out, our starting 11 with our bench. So goalkeeper is a position we do need. There is a few guys I am scouting. I will come back in a bit when our transfer season opens and talk about our prospective buyers. Gonzalez is going to start on the right. Paredes and Simovic are going to be the starters. Simovic might drop out of the squad if we can actually find a good replacement for him, and he can be a decent little backup. Did play well for us last season. Ruiz, I have decided I'm going to drop him. Paredes won Chilean Player of the Year for somehow. It didn't play much, but he's in their squad, so that's why he gets a dot. Juf is on there, but Juf is wanted by a lot of Saudi teams, or it was a lot. It's only one now. I will let him go if I get a region of around 15 to 20 million for him. Kings is also there currently. I still feel, you will notice that I have swapped them around a little bit because I think Kings, being very right-footed and could actually be a very good deep-lying playmaker. He has a lot of capabilities that could be a good playmaker, where I think Igor Cesar is a much better advance for a central midfielder. So those two will be on there. On the bench, we're going to keep Al Jabali, but again, if a big offer comes for him, I will let him go. He's going to be the backup deep-lying playmaker because he's very much the same footed as Kings. So we can always just switch those through. We're going to need a backup right centre mid. I didn't mention we need a backup right back as well. Up front, Lucas Rafael, Terekos, K. Jorge, and David. Those you know about. There is a few new faces going to be on the bench. Rodrigo is one of them. He was on loan at Sport Retief in the Serie B. I think they were one of the teams that got promoted. No, they didn't get promoted. They weren't, not one of them. So he will start. We haven't had the season tick over, by the way. It's still the last season on here. So he might get an opportunity at first team football. 21 years of age, looks very good. And if you compare him to Lucas as the right back, you can left right wing. They're quite similar in mold. So a nice little bit of development from Rodrigo would be great. As the advanced playmaker, it is going to be Paulo Victor who's going to try and get the nod. We are going to start training him as an advanced attacking midfielder on support. You can see that just the first touch and the long shots need to be sorted. Everything else is pretty much as where you want it. I do like the fact that he's got a good natural fitness of 16 at 19 years old. Can develop into a very good player. The thing is that if we do sell Terekos, which is actually there, I will be looking at bringing in a brand new attacking midfielder. I just don't think he's ready just yet to be in the first team. So we'll definitely need to replace him. Over on the left-hand side, it's going to be Antonio coming in as a left-footed player. We start training him on the left wing. I feel like he could be a bit more useful on the left wing, especially with Rodrigo in tow. And then we do have up front is this man, Leonardo Canhada Alves, spent on loan at Cortula in Colombia, 9 goals, 4 assists, 32 games, was their second choice striker, and he looks like he could be absolutely fantastic for us. We just compare him to good old David. You can see very similar mold type of player. Argument to say that he's better technically than David in the positions that it matters, but I think with a little bit of development, he could be a great little player. And then another player that I do want to keep is Jorge. I want to try and keep him around as maybe a third choice left winger, possibly even coming in as an attacking midfielder. We're going to train him as an attacking midfielder as well, because I think he has some of the attributes that can improve, and at 20 years can be very good. So expect to see him in the first team. In terms of players that we are going to sell, Thiago Maia out the door, Marco Tulio, Daniel Boza, Breno, Juan Macias, Kevinson, Enrico Starsky are all going to be go. And then I want to give De Silva and Longaray a loan opportunity. These are the guys that I've deemed that are sort of better than the reserves, but not good enough to be in the first team, likes of De Silva and Longaray. Most of the guys in the reserves, because our reserves don't actually play in a league, don't really get much game time. So expect a lot of these guys in the league, especially like Cabore, Thiago, Jose Roberto, Jorge, Gabriel, Berto, Jefferson, Longaray, like we mentioned, Bergamechi, Milson, Jair, Jabio, Antonio Carlos, Carlos Eduardo, Gian, Beto, Ron, Carlos Enrique, Starsky, Gradzinski, Scorero, Adriano, and Tabore to be going either out on loan or for sale. The 21-year-olds would tend to get sold. This Jair is a 24-year-old that didn't opt to buy him. So there is that option. In terms of players that we have sold, there is just the one selling point, and that was Rodrigo Cesar. did leave for 2.8 million in the end. They opted to buy him. It was confirmed. It was the optional buy fee of 2.4. I'm a little bit sad to see him go because he's a good striker, but in the end of the days, I think we have got better striking forces ahead. We haven't signed anybody yet. I have been scouting a little bit in terms of trying to buy players. We'll talk about that in a bit time. You can see there's a couple of guys on my scouts. Haven't really seen who's available, who wants to come, who doesn't want to come. We'll talk about all of these guys in a bit. Let's get to the 11th of January because that's when our transfer market opens. Juf, Al Jebri, and Kings are all on international duty, so they will miss the start of the season. That is also something we need to keep out in mind. Well. We've got the schedule coming in. Our first game is against Sao Paulo in the Sao Paulo Cup thing on Bobby. The transfer window opens the 11th of January. So literally 2 days, and then we can start signing players and then have to play games. So what I have decided is I'm not going to show the Paulista Scaredi Cup stuff. The transfer market is open, I think, for a month in January. So instead, what I am going to do, just going to go ahead. I think it closes in February sometime for us. But let's just carry on going. It just keeps going. Transfer recruit. End of March, it closes. End of February, it closes. So we've got 2 months. I'm going to do the full 2 months of the transfer market. We will talk about results in and between the games. I don't really want to show games yet because we don't really have a proper full team. So that is the play, because the fact that it only opens 2 men, and we don't really care much about the Paulista Scaredi Cup. It is a competition that we have pretty much dominated in the past for the last 3 seasons. In fact, 4 seasons we came second in our 4th one. Do I want to win it? Of course I want to win it. So I think the actual play of what we're going to do is do the transfer special, and then we come back for in February, just before the transfer special ends, because I'm supposed to got the whole of February to do as well. We've got the Super Copa do Brasil. So maybe we do 1 game in this transfer. I just noticed that now. This is a competition where the best of the Serie A takes on the winner of the Cup. We haven't won it ever. So, yeah, I guess we're coming back for that game. But maybe at the end of the episode. It's so like upside down because I kind of want to just focus on the Libertadores this season. There's that. So anyway, let's talk transfers. I know the transfer window still only opens in another 10 days' time. There is 2 players that I am umming and ahhing about in terms of who I want to sign. The first one being Florian Diaz. Now, if you've watched my Vuvuzela Victory Challenge, you'll know all about this guy. He was our Porto goalkeeper for quite some time and really changed the way Porto played. And he is absolutely number 1 choice for me. And at 4.8 million from Noel said it's not a bad offer. Internazionale also want him because it'll strengthen his starting 11, it'll definitely strengthen ours. He's the one guy that I desperately want. And in fact, you know what? While I'm here, he is the best choice in terms of goalkeepers that we found. 4.8 million release clause will trigger that one. Another player that I was looking at who is available on a free transfer. This guy is in case Terekos leaves. So I haven't made an offer yet. I can make an offer. He is for free. How much would he want? If I had to ask his agent about availability. 1,000 to 1,500. I mean, that's not bad. That is not bad. Considering what some of our top earners are earning in this league at the moment, like 32,000 from Juf. Maya, who I really want to get rid of at 31, is just crunching us. And Masias as well, and Kevinson. I mean, he'll be like down here somewhere. He'd be amongst our youngsters. Question is, though, is he better than Paulo Victor? Similar type of player. Is he better? Marco Aurelio? I mean, there's an argument to say that he is. Do we bring him in as a backup option? I think we have to. He's a free transfer. He's good. He is good. You know, let's do it. Let's do it. If he's wanted, who's he wanted by? That's also Esportivo Brazil, who play in the Serie C. I'm gonna arm this one a little bit. I am gonna and it a little bit. Another player that I do want to bring in, we just don't have the funds at the moment because I want to get other transfers done first. Is João Gomes here to come in as probably the starter ahead of Ego Cesar as a midfielder, although I might find a system where I can play both of them at the same time, because this guy's very good, and he's from Wolves. He wants to come to us. And if you're a follower of English football, you know all about him. He's played in Wolves for quite some time. And they got relegated in 2026. In fact, they got relegated in 2024, came back in the 2025, came down, up and down team. He wants to leave the club. He doesn't want to stay. Another player at Wolves that I was considering also potentially coming through is Matheus Cunha over here. He also wants to come to our squad. He is 30 years of age, though. I don't know if it's worth a punt at 31 million to bring him in. He does have a contract release clause, though, of I think it's 55 million, which I don't think Wolves are going to try and budge a little bit too much on that. So there's the option of maybe bringing him in as well. We'll keep an eye on Matheus Cunha, though. Yeah, and then just a few other guys we can talk about in terms of backup options in the team. Ranier is another one that I was considering as an attacking midfielder. He is someone that I think compares a little bit closer to Terekos, who's now disappeared off my list there. That's annoying. Where's Terekos? There we go. Who I feel could be maybe a sort of like-for-like replacement, maybe a little bit better aerially and stuff to help us with attacking midfielder. But that is if Terekos does force a little move. I think Ranier could be a type of player that can't come through. Elsewhere, we also have the likes of Dudu, that I have looked at him. I was thinking him as more of a deep-lying playmaker, which means we'll revert back to the original sort of style. And if we compare him to Kings, maybe a little bit better and at 24 years old. We do need a backup player, but again, I'm just waiting for other transfers before I consider making a £10 million offer, because Diaz is one of the most important one for us. Another player that I do desperately want, but chances of him coming to us are very, very low, is Eli Peltier, but at 54 million, centre-back option, he would be absolutely brilliant. He has asked to leave, wants to move to a bigger club. Apparently, we're not a bigger club. And the same can be said for Jack Walsh over here, who I did find up on my scouting list as a striker, not as a left winger. He could be absolutely brilliant, but he currently plays for Chelsea and is valued at £60 million. And there's absolutely no logical reason for him to come. I was also considering Franco Gonzalez as a potential replacement for Terekos. Very similar type of player. If you remember Gonzalez from, of course, Peñarol days. Still at Peñarol. Valued a lot less than Dudu and Ranier. But definitely someone that is on my radar and could be potentially a good player to replace Terekos. Not as good, but I feel could be a decent little substitute. But the problem is he's a foreign player. And as it stands, we've got Luis Gonzalez, both foreigners. That's 2. Paredes Simovic, which is 4. Jean Machas, which is 5. Al Hadji Diouf, which is 6. Al Jabali is 7. And Kings is 8. So we are limited on our foreign policy players. Diaz coming in is a foreign player. So if we do sign him, it does mean we're going to have to ship off one of our solidars. And that, unfortunately, is going to be Juan Macias, is going to be the foreigner that is going to be shipped off. If we have to get another foreigner, I do feel it is the end of Al Jabali and Kings. I feel like those two are basically on the cusp of being taken down a peg or two. So that is what's happening currently in the transfer market. I'm going to offer these players out so far on loans and sales, as well as the reserves. And we'll come back with some news about Diaz, I think. I think that'll be the best one. Well, we made our first transfer, albeit a manager for the under-20s. The iconic Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. is back. He is back. Legend of a player. Welcome by Terekos, by the way. And he's not a great manager. Not by any means necessary. He is a good manager, though, and I like him, and I'm going to keep him in the running as type of manager. I want to send him on a coaching course immediately. Hopefully the board allow me, and I'm going to try and build him up. I'm going to try and get him to be a brilliant Santos legend. He's already an icon in the club. Well, he's not an icon. He's actually just a legend in the club. I want to get him to icon status. So him and Pele will be the two guys that's like a little side quest that I've decided to do. That's what we're going for. Other news, I've fended off a couple more offers for Terekos. Saudi Shanghai Port came in for him as well. Keo Jorge as well. Al Raid came in for him from Saudi. So, and Juf as well, also Saudi. So we're going to be starting to ward off a few prospects. I've given Diaz a contract. I am waiting for Diaz to talk to me and get me going. I've offered a few players out. I'm just clicking continue just for like a few days time just to see where we're at in terms of selling players. I kind of want to get Diaz sorted before we have the option for goalkeeper. 10 million is not enough. I'm sorry, Shanghai Port. You need to do better. Copa do Brazil. Should we just go full winners? We get a bit more money. I mean, I'm going to go for it. We've got to get more money in this club. More prizes to win. Just clicking continue. I'm just waiting to see the Diaz option. And kind of want to like get it done. And then at least I know he'll be coming into the club. And there we go. Neymar is now going for his National B license. We'll get him up to pro. We'll get him up to pro. Having a look at some of the other players we're scouting. Antonio here. Decent little centre-back, but 19 years old. I don't want to risk type of player. Mateus Cunha just pops up again. He just keeps popping up. They just desperately want me to sign him. He's not from Santos originally, is he, Cunha? That'll be a nice little story if he comes back. Cortiba is where he started off in Brazil. And then just had a nice little journeyman traveling bit. Nothing else is really tickling my fancy at the moment. Apparently we're showing interest in Breno, the goalkeeper. I'm not. You've said board are delighted that we've qualified for the Copa Libertadores. Of course they are. Those fixtures are still yet to come. So the Libertadores sort of starts around here, just as the Serie A starts. So we made it to the group stages at least. So cool. Let's just click proceed one more week, maybe one more day. If not, we'll just come back when the transfer window opens. Yeah, haven't made any other signings. All right, let's go come back when the transfer window opens officially. Well, we have some news in terms of a new goalkeeper, and that is Diaz is coming in to play as our new goalkeeper, which does mean we have another foreign player in the squad. It does mean Macias is now officially done and dusted. Some other transfer news is people still coming to get Caio Jorge into the squad. I need something more than 12.5 million, 7.5 million. Jair is on loan. Sort of future fee upon qualifying. I mean, it's probably the best I'm going to get for him. I've been struggling to get him out, so he can go. Galinsky make an offer. They can go as well. Just a couple of loan offers coming in. A few guys that I'm letting go for free. Some guys that I'm offering out and normal. So with that being said, Diaz now comes into the squad as he is a foreigner. Okay. I was going to say, he's not even a foreigner. He is a foreigner. We need to register him. Did I not just register him? Did I not click register? I'm sure I clicked register, didn't I? Did I register him for the wrong competition? We've registered him. There we go. He is now officially registered. We've got a game in 2 days' time. We're not going to show that game, like I said. And I know it's not traditional. We show the opening games, but obviously we need to now just sort out the team. We still have a lot of players that we're trying to sell off. Guys, we have a couple of bids on some of these guys that are going. A lot of wanted names here, but no one making offers, which is super annoying. I'm going to try and offer them out again. Even if they go on loan with an option to buy, I'm willing to take that as in there. Yeah, I wanted to remove him from loan offers because they keep wanting him on loan. And I'm going to just say unavailable for loan. The same with Rodrigo and Victor. They just keep offering, and I don't want to send them out on loan because I know they're listed as loan listed. And I just forgot to remove them from loan listed. Jorge as well. He's going to stay a little bit around the squad, depending on who we bring in, who we buy, and all that stuff. But yeah, Torrecos is still wanted. Caio Jorge is still wanted. Juf is now, he's eased up a little bit, but you can see if this is the starting lineup, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 foreigners in the starting 11. Juan Macias, the 8th one who is going to make way. I should have, and Al Jabi, he's also, but he's on international duty because they're playing in the AFCON. Which means, as it stands, we're still looking for a proper right-footed centre-back, which I haven't found someone yet. A right back we can play, and as well as another central attacking midfielder on attack. I have found one guy. The Diaz offer just literally went through now, so we've lost that amount of money. But you can see now we're under the wage budget, so I can adjust that again. to 110. So we've got 20 million to spend a bit. Lautaro Caceres here is a very good right back, but he is a foreigner, and I just can't afford a second foreigner. So that deal is not going to happen. In terms of defenders, Marco Aurelio, not the one that was from free transfer, a centre-back option at 16 million. He does not want to come to my club, even though we beat them for the Serie A title, so he doesn't want to come. We've spoken about Eli Peltier. He doesn't want to come as well. Those are the only two that I've actually found that are worth their weight in salt at the moment. You can see we are scouting a whole bunch of players in here. And in terms of centre-backs, there is one or two that have popped up that could potentially, some new names have popped up here. João, 29-year-old, he's wrong-footed. Wagner Leonardo, I mean, he's the right foot, but he's 30 years old. I kind of want someone a little bit younger. So there is like someone like Teles, more of a defensive midfielder that I saw. Jorge Antonio was also another option, but not right foot. The right foot. Lucas Holter was not the right foot as well. He was another option. Nielsen was another option that I saw that I like the look of, but at 12 million, I don't think he's worth that much. I think I'm going to be overspending on Nielsen for that one. And then Thiago Correa, we've spoken a little bit about him. He is the right-footed type of player, but there is some just red flags that come across the 21-year-old for 11 million. So we are still searching. There's a couple of new faces on here. One guy from Lyon. I mean, if he wants to come for 9 million, I mean, he's definitely an upgrade on Simovic, isn't he? I mean, not much, is he? He's older. I think I got a little bit sidetracked that he's from Lyon. Renan here keeps getting an A rating from our scouts, but I just don't see a world where he is going to be better than Simovic coming into this. Like, I suppose he's as good. Is he maybe the option? I mean, he's not bad. How much is he worth? I might take a punt on him. Is he 7 million? What's the 16 million release clause? Let's see. I'll offer 7. Let's see if they accept that. They go up to 16. I don't know if I want to spend 16 million on a player that's pretty much the same as what we currently have. If I'm going to spend 16 million, they've got to be a little bit better. You know what I mean? You know, they've got to be the guys that we're going to make that offer for and then slot straight into the first team. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to keep looking. We've got a couple of game coming up. We're going to have to play a bit of a rotated squad. I don't suspect we will retain the Sao Paulo Cup, considering that we don't have a full squad at the moment. I mean, he's very good, but he's also Chilean. I'm not going to even bother. Yeah, so we are going to just keep scouting some players, finding some players we can. We still have like the likes of Danilo Jr. who can slot in as a makeshift player at the moment. So you know what? I'm going to play a couple of games off camera, come back in a week's time, see where things are at. If we come with some big news, we'll obviously come back to that. Right, guys, so we have confirmation of the Copa Libertadores trophies and where we're going to line up. We play all 3 group games in a row right at the end of the Paulista Scaredi Cup. And then in between some Serie A games, there is, if we do make it to the next round of the Paulista Scaredi, those matches will be mixed up a little bit. We take on Universidad Católica, going back to Chile for this one. We know they're a decent little squad, and they are doing quite well in the Chilean league. Also going then over to Bolivia, rather, to take on the strongest. And they do have the strongest striker in Bolivia history. I don't know if he's Bolivian history, but he is very, very good. There's a cool little logo for Camidia Tachuchi Aguirre. I like that little badge that they have. That is cool. In the regional leagues. And then our last game will be against Caracas, who are obviously from Colombia, Venezuela. Why did I say Colombia? Venezuela, the capital of Venezuela. Play Caracas, then Caracas Football Club. Their key man, Samuel Sosa, is there. We do have some transfer news to talk about in terms of players leaving and players coming in. In terms of leaving, though, we can talk about some of the big ones. Ruan is left for free. Gustavo and Bruno Tabata have all left for free. They were out of contract, and I couldn't release them, but they stayed in. So anyway, Thiago is going there for a total fee of 3.5 million. He's got an offer that came through with minimum release clause that is in there. They can trigger it if they want to on loan. Everybody else, you can see just a whole bunch of loanees coming through as well. Carlos Alberto Jefferson, Jose Roberto Milson, Gazinski, Eduardo De Silva, Gabriel Jabio, Guerrero, Carlos Cabore, Gian Longaray, Beto Firmino, Andre Aurelio, and Miranda all going through on loans. And then we have, like I said, brought in officially Florian Diaz. He's played 2 games already conceded 4 goals. Not the best of starts. And then we have now just brought in 2 defenders. One on the right-hand side, João Paulo Andrade, coming in as a backup option to Thomas Gonzalez. Probably not going to get much game time on that right-hand side, but he is a decent little option to bring in, as well as being left-footed, can fill in for Juve if need be. And then Roger, our centre-back option, coming in there. He's just a big boy. 16 jumping reach, 11 reach, 195 centimeters, almost 2 meters tall. I just like the look of him. I think he'll be a great little addition. I don't think he's going to start ahead of Simovic, but I just like the look of him. And he looks a little bit Asian in that picture. He's Portuguese. Okay. So that's where we currently stand. I have 7.29 million in the bank. I am waiting on a few more players to head off. Carlos Enrique for 250,000 going to one of those clubs. I had to hire intermediates to get this one. Umberto for another 165,000. Thiago Maia for 900,000 going out. Marco Tullio 300,000 with also a loan. I wanted to cancel that loan. I want him gone. So 300,000 for him. Enrico Starsky 350,000 for him. Suarez 100,000 and a loan offer which we're cancelling. And then Juan Macias is out of the bottom, 1.1 million for him, which is a nice little exchange. And then 33,000 for Tabora. I mean, I looked at him as an option to loan him out, and I just thought he's just not worth loaning out. He's not going to develop much more than what he is, so we decided to just sell him off. I am still trying to sell off a few more players in the squad. We can have a look here at the bottom. Breno is the only one left, actually. Oh, and Kevison, Tullio, and Boza also. Kevison does have an offer for 2.9 million, and Danilo Boza has one for 2 million on them. So those 3 can go all out as well. And then we can look to bring in a few more players just to help out a little bit. Kings is back, though, from his international duty, which is nice to see. Al Jabari and Al Haji Juf are not back, though. So that's still waiting for them to come back, I guess. Still waiting for them. But like I said, we've got Andrade, we've got Roger as well. So we are making a little bit of progress. We're not making the great progress that we were hoping for. But in terms of just bringing in players that we want in the squad is good. Tarekos has picked up a little knock for this coming up games. Like I said, I'm going to keep playing a little bit. I am going to come back at the end of the Sao Bernardo, the Ponte Preta game. I've decided to play the whole of this month in terms of transfers. If we do find guys that we can talk about, we will. Once I sell all of those players, we will then look in at bringing extra players in, some depth options, because we're going to definitely need depth options, especially in the Copa Libertadores, because at the moment, we've got a very good starting 11, minus Storotsky. But I feel like we definitely need backup options at this point. But anyway, guys, I think that might be it. I don't think much more is going to happen in the next week or two before we get to the Sao Paulo game. So I'm actually going to end off the transfer special. Yeah, I am treating the Paulista Schiredi as a preseason tournament. I'm not really too focused on that. So next week, we are doing the Sao Paulo competition. And you know what, then maybe we'll just have a little chat. Maybe it might be a little bit of a shorter video in a general, and then come back for Copa Libertadores action. I think that is the play. So yeah, we'll see you guys then. Well, there you go, our transfer special. Not really much of a transfer special, only signing a few players. Nothing great. Yeah, it's a thing, I guess. There just wasn't anything good in the market, and I feel like our squad is strong enough to go deep in the Libertadores. I really think that we might, maybe, if something comes up, we still got a whole month of the transfer, so maybe something will come up. But I think as it stands right now, we're good. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Tell me exactly what you think. For now, though, your boy the Vaslap is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.